So this video is going to cover a very quick case study for one of our clients taking their email revenue to 31% in total store revenue. So that's attributed from Klaviyo. So this is a fitness apparel client. And so really looking at the kind of strategy around their campaigns and what we did there. So some context, the solid foundation with the flows, everything was kind of set up in that sense, but there was just a bit of missed opportunity in terms of kind of what their email channel, the direction that it was taking. So one of the main problems that we kind of was looking at was the discount dependency. So this brand would run a lot of kind of sales throughout the month on a kind of consistent basis. What this did was actually train the email list to only actually wait for those discounts, as they knew they would come, and those educational and value-based emails just weren't converting. The email list was trained to just rely on discounts, which over a longer period of time isn't actually really healthy for your kind of long-term margins and that kind of thing. So also on that as well, there wasn't that content I kind of just said before with the value-based stuff where you're focusing on potentially fitness exercises and those type of messaging around giving the customer value, not just having them wait for those discounts. So you're actually priming them and giving them a lot of value through your emails, which they enjoy opening, and then that's actually going to prime them up where you can send those consistent value-based campaigns over a longer period of time, and then that's where those sales and discounts kind of make sense, where it's a lot less frequent, possibly pushing this out to only maybe once every 2 months, and then those educational value bases taking up the majority of your campaign calendar. So strengthening the kind of relationship with the brand and training the email list to not just buy from discounts, but those value-based content kind of campaigns, not just priming them, but they would convert as well, just giving that value to the customer, really positioning the brand as a solution to possible potential pain points of the customer and the ICP there. So this kind of just touch on this as well, the priming as well, where sending those campaigns with the value over a longer period of time leads up where they're really bought into the specific solution. And then where there's that 10% off, for example, sale, that's where it makes the most sense and they're ready to buy. So repositioning the email. So I kind of have just already talked on this, but the educational content, community messaging, social proof as well, sending those testimonials. These are all of our amazing previous customers that have bought. This is what it could be like. So future kind of stating that there, and then those priming campaigns. So rebuilding the email strategy around that consistent communication, trust building, and the smarter campaign sequencing. So to expand a little bit further on warming the audience before every sale. So looking for the value-led content to re-engage the list before those kind of promotional messaging, where just an example for you have October and then you've got your big Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. October is really just focused on sending that educational content and priming them up there. So building that anticipation, potentially teasing upcoming things, getting your carts ready. These are some things you might like, those kind of messaging, and then launching where they're really primed up, and then you can have the biggest impact to that warm, engaged audience as well. So it's really going to improve your email health as well, getting those opens and click-throughs, and then that impact when you do launch that kind of sale. So these were the kind of the numbers across the kind of full period looking at this kind of case study. So the 70% in email revenue, so 31% of the total store revenue coming from email, and the growth as well from the previous period. So that's kind of the takeaways, just a short kind of case study to spotlight kind of the campaigns and what we did for this client here. So away from the kind of constant promotions, which was just hurting the email conversions and training the email list to just buy on discounts, but taking the time to really structure out a campaign calendar that's value-driven communication. And so rather than just sales, a reliable and consistent campaign that can actually convert, which led to kind of these numbers here. So very quick kind of case study, some more videos on my channel as well, just diving into a few other ones as well, but just wanted to touch on that, just looking at the kind of campaign setup that we did for this client here.